All right, cool. So we got the OSI model, right? We're gonna go through each of the layers. You get stuck, I'm gonna help you. But what I want you to do, of course, with the labs that you practice with today, you're gonna go ahead and use the OSI model to troubleshoot some of the issues that we have within this network. Okay? So one of the issues is that the Linux PC is unable to ping the Windows server. For some reason we don't know, and it's unable to get an IP address as well. Okay? So I'm gonna, of course, walk you through how Eve works or what have you. And then I'm gonna let you just go ahead and start troubleshooting. And of course, we're gonna touch on each basis of what you need to check and how it comes full circle with the OSI model. So then whenever you go ahead and move forward with interview or just talking about it now, you can go ahead and fully discuss it.
Okay.
Cool. Let me go ahead.
So like you said before, the issues so just to repeat it, Linux PC1 is having an issue connecting with the web server, and it's unable to identify the IP address.
Mm-hmm. It's unable to get an IP address from the DHCP server.
Okay.
What up, Jay?
What's up, boss?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Courtney? What's up, Claw?
What up? What up?
How you doing?
Shit, chilling. What we discussing?
Hey, Jermaine, there's some background. There's some background on you, buddy.
How it sound now? Still bad?
Still some background, buddy. Yeah,
Still
still some background.
Same thing?
Looks like you're good now.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
that's better.
Yeah, you might be good.
So what we discussing, guys?
All right, so basically what we're doing, no, you're good. This is just a refresher for the using the OSI model with Courtney. So we're gonna go ahead and just run her through it and go from there. So
yeah, cool.
yeah, so she's gonna have control of my screen, and you and Brian, you guys are her lifelines if she gets stuck. But every time she gets stuck, we're gonna go ahead and break it down why we do what we do, and why we got to think about something in networking due to the OSI model.
Sounds good.
Courtney, I'm just taking care of one thing real quick.
Okay.
Give me a second. All right, Courtney, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So if you want to access a device within here, you go ahead and just click on it, and it'll pop up for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to give you control of my screen. Again, if you get stuck, feel free to reach out to any of us. Well, my bad. Reach out to Jermaine and Brian. I'll be your tester in this scenario. So yeah, you won't be able to reach out to me. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let me go ahead and do this. Get coordinating permission on my screen. All yours.
All right, so like you said before, PC1 is having issues with connecting to the web server here. And also that the DHCP is unable to access the IP addresses. So let me go ahead. So starting with, if we're thinking back to the OSI model, dealing with IP addresses, that would be network. I mean, that would be layer 3. And go ahead and check onto the PC1.
So Court. So we identified an issue, right? The Linux PC is on. Oh, click on open link. Okay, so let's pause, right? Let's think about this as engineers, right? You're the junior, I'm the senior, right? So let's talk about this as engineers. Using the OSI model, right? We identified the issue. Our Linux PC is unable to get, and the password to, let me move the Linux box over for you. There you go. Can you see it?
Yes.
And the password is Eve.
Capital or lowercase?
All lowercase.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, so let's think about this, right? So we identified our issue, right? You know, our DHCP server, our Linux PC, our PC is unable to get an IP address from the DHCP server, right? Cool, right? So with the OSI model, right, we use it, it's told in our books or what have you, we should use it for troubleshooting, and it's a great guide so that we can go ahead and troubleshoot anything within networking, okay? So within the first thing, right, within the OSI model, if we're starting at the bottom, right, we're starting at layer 1 and going on up, right? What should we check first?
That would be the physical layer, layer 1, which is the cables and the connectors. It's like the Ethernet.
Okay, perfect. So how are we going to check that?
So wouldn't it be?
Nope. Imagine you don't have this virtual topology. How do we check that?
Don't tell me yet.
What's the PC connected to?
It's connected to the switch.
Excellent. Okay, so let's open up that switch. Okay, and you can press enter to go ahead and pop into it. Perfect. Okay, so right, we are going to check to make sure that it has a physical connection, right? All right, so do you, and correct me, or and again, I'll get Brian or what have you to help you out. Do you know any of the Cisco show commands to check as far as physical connectivity or what have you?
Wouldn't it be SHIP status?
Let's roll it.
Okay. And then for the, as it's going through and it's putting the dot.
Oh, that's something in the background that I set up. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna mess you up.
Gotcha. Okay, invalid. It's invalid. Okay. So because it shows that it's invalid, I will have to put in SH. I know it's something else, and I know I can't ask you.
You can use your question mark with for the syntax. So if you do show, go back to your show IP and just do your question mark and see what you get. Now you're good with your show IP.
Okay. And then for, you said the show IP and then IP and then
And then
question
the
mark?
question mark. Yep, you should be good there.
Okay, I see.
And then space bar that out. So we're
So
looking
Courtney,
at,
do you
go
see
ahead.
anything? So Courtney, do you see anything within this list that should help you identify what's going on with that interface?
Um,
Is there a word that should help you try to identify what's the status of layer 1 for that interface? Scroll back down.
wouldn't it be IP interface status and configuration?
There we go. There we go. So the word to use would be interface. You see
Right.
to the, all the way to the far left. So that's what you're going to put next. So let's go ahead and do that. Ah, forgot an I. Yeah, there you go. They have to backspace that. And there you go. Boom.
Okay, and now we see that there's a difference here where we see line protocol. I mean, we have the Ethernet is up, and then we have the line protocol is up, and it has the listings here. Let me actually bring
Okay, so let's pause right here. What does that mean to you if we're looking at the OSI model?
I want to say as far as the cable connectors, I mean, the cable
Okay.
is connected
hmm
and it's connected to the PC.
Keep going. Keep going. You're close. What is that telling you? Read it. Just read it simply as English. Read it out just to yourself. What is that telling you?
There's a connection with the switch. So the PC is connected, is already connected with the switch based on the Ethernet cable.
Is that what that's telling you?
Yes.
Okay. Jermaine, Brian, you want to help her out?
Yeah, so for example, gig 00, right? Is up. I normally read that as like layer, well, we're dealing with layer 1, right? So that line is up, layer 1 is up. So that's how I read that first up. The protocol, I believe that is layer 2, like a data link. So it's saying that that's also up. So the physical layer is up, and data link or whatever protocol you have this interface configured as is also up.
Okay.
Right? There's no misconfiguration between whatever is connected. In our case, it's the PC, right? There's no miscommunication from a protocol standpoint between the switch on, well, your gig 02, so gig 02 and that Linux PC. That's for the second one. And then the first one, 02 is up. That's just a line. That means that interface is plugged in, something's plugged in, and there's action, right? It's up. That's how I read that. So you're good there, up.
Okay, so where it says 0/0 and all the way through 0/3,
Yeah,
the physical is up,
Yeah.
and the data link is up,
Yes.
so we're all good with that.
We're
But
all
the
good with that.
ones,
Perfect.
but just pertaining to the ones at the bottom, I'm just
Yeah.
saying this for example, just to
Yeah.
be able to picture it out with the gigabyte Ethernet 1/0, since it's saying it's down, that just means that physical is down and then the data link is down, correct?
Perfect.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay, so let's take it a step further, Courtney. So we see that from the switch standpoint, right? That what this is telling us, right, is that that interface is up. It's getting electrical signals from the other side. Okay. How are you going to confirm that this PC is actually, is operating at layer 2 with the switch?
Say that one more time.
No, I got you.
Okay.
So we confirmed at layer 1, right, that the switch, that interface that the PC is connected to, that the physical is up, right? The physical layer is up, right? And line protocol, which Jermaine explained, which have to do with, data link and MAC addresses or what have you, it's up, right? So we have no issues there. But how can we verify, right, that MAC addresses are being learned on the switch? So we can confirm that layer 2 is working and that indeed, that Linux PC is communicating with switch 1. How can we confirm that?
Communicating with Linux 1.
And just to give you a hint, just like Jermaine was saying, layer 2. Okay.
Layer 2 is dealing with the switches and MAC address. And I feel like I know it, but I don't want to say the wrong answer.
Courtney, get
Yes.
that out of your head. You're an engineer. There's no wrong answer.
Gotcha.
You got your partners with you, so feel free to reach out to them.
Yeah, go ahead and say, what are you thinking?
The Windows server. Checking in within the Windows server.
Okay. Which one are we talking about?
No,
Are we talking about the Windows, the PC, or the Linux box? What are we talking about?
We're talking about the
Linux. Okay. So my bad. What was the question again, Dave? Or what was the question he asked?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can repeat it. I got you. So how can we confirm that communication is happening, right, between the Linux PC and the switch 1?
Okay. So one, there's layer 1, right, Courtney, because you can see it up, right? Layer 2 is also there, right, because we see line protocol up, right? So from like he said, how do you know there's communication going on, right? So how can you confirm? Not really sure I do it from a Linux side, but we're engineers, we're working on the switch, right? How from the switch can you tell if there's communication or you're receiving something on that interface? Like, what would we look at? We don't worry about the command. Like, what are you looking for to receive on the switch from that PC to say, yes, there's communication?
What you had said as far as wouldn't it be here with the
Yeah, you're going to receive something on that interface, right? Because it's plugged into Gig 2. What would you receive? What operates on layer 2? Sort of traffic.
You said what type of traffic?
Yeah. We pass on layer 2. Because you got the layer 3, right? Because you said once you said IP layer 3. So what's layer 2?
That's MAC addresses.
Right.
There we go.
Oh.
Now let's keep rolling. So Courtney, what are we looking for? Just said it.
MAC addresses.
Perfect. Excellent. Right? So that's what we're looking for. After layer one, now both devices, right?
Yeah,
The switch and the PC, they communicate, first via MAC addresses. Okay. Then it gets de-encapsulated between each host depending on what it does. But it's only a switch, so it only deals with MAC addresses. At least that's how I got it configured. So with that being said, right, we're going to go ahead and make sure on this switch that it's learning the MAC address of PC1.
PC1, correct. Okay. Now I'm follow.
It's all good. It's all good. Let's keep rolling. So I'm going to help you out. So there's a command on the switch you can run. Okay. It's called show MAC space, and then you're going to put address and then tab it out. Press the tab button after that. There you go. Now, right? Let's take a step back. We're engineers, right? Again, Courtney, what are we looking for within this MAC address table?
The switch for the switch, the MAC address for the PC1.
Okay, perfect. So where are you going to find the MAC address for PC1?
Within clicking on this here, but we can also.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nope, you're right.
Sounds like Claude.
There you go. That wasn't Claude's phone. You know you got a BlackBerry.
Look, I seen the thing on mute. Now I was like, oh, yep, that's true.
Claude got a BlackBerry. All right.
Or LG.
All right. All right, Court. So we're going to go to the PC, right? We're going to confirm what the MAC address is. Okay. Court, you know your way around Linux, right? You're good?
Yep, somewhat. Mainly. Yep.
No, you're good. Just let us know.
I know it's in the settings. Yep, I need some help with finding it.
All good. All good. No worries. Let's go back to applications. I'm going to walk you through it. Back to the nine dots at the bottom. There you go. All right. In the search bar, I want you to type terminal.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Okay. And I want you to type in IP space ADDR.
You said IP space.
ADDR space show. Whoops. Yeah, just take away the H and just IP ADDR and show. There we go. Perfect. All right. So you're going to see at ENS3, it's going to show you link Ethernet. And it's hyphenated, it's going to show you that MAC address right next to it. Right there. Right there. That's your MAC address. Nope, that's your IP address. Up, one line up. There you go.
Okay, so since we got that here, I'm just gonna manually type it in here. And then
Okay.
and then since we're going back onto the switch,
Mhm.
before I put that that MAC address in, is there anything before that I have to type in?
No, well, let's take a step back, right? So
Okay.
let's take a look at this, right? You have your MAC address table, right? And the original question, right, is how can we confirm that the switch and the PC are communicating with each other, right? And the link is up or what have you, right? So we're going to make sure that the MAC address is on the MAC address table.
Right.
Okay. So you have your MAC address.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Which shows it here that is matching up to the MAC address for the computer. Here, so it's under the VLAN of 50, and it has its entry right here.
Mhm. Perfect. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent. So that being said, layer 2 is fine, right?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Now, next step. Again, the original issue was this PC is unable to communicate with the Windows server. What are we going to check next?
So
What
we
do you
already
think?
checked the layer 1, layer 2. So next it will be layer 3, and that is with the IP addresses.
Okay. Do we want to jump to layer 3 immediately? Or do we have another host that we want to check? Because our issue is with the Windows server.
We have another host here. And would the other host be will be considered as Windows PC3?
Your other host is Windows Server.
Okay.
So go ahead and click on that. All right, and let's think about this. While you're doing that, let's think about this, right? So we can see, and again, I know I told you to imagine that we couldn't see, what's connected, right? But we see, right, that both of these devices are connected to the switch, right? So what we're going to do that same process we just did. Confirm layer 1, confirm layer 2 before we jump to layer 3. That makes sense?
You say confirm layer 1, confirm layer 2 before we jump to layer 3?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's keep rolling. Let me bring it over for you.
So host PC. Okay. Were you able to bring the other? Okay.
There we go. I'm sure that looks familiar. So where are you going to find the MAC address?
And this is going to be the MAC address for this. I have to communicate for the MAC address for the this is the host. I need to figure out, no, go there.
Well, you got it open already. Hold on.
Okay.
There you go. So this, what we're on the Windows server. So again, we're trying to check layer 1 and layer 2. So same thing you did on the PC. So we're gonna go ahead and confirm what the MAC address is, and then we're gonna go to the switch and confirm that interface is actually up and it's learning a MAC address.
Okay, so the same, we're gonna
Okay.
do the same command that we did before. Says
And this is Windows, so this would be ipconfig.
IP configure. This.
Nope, no need to put all that. You're good. You can just put ipconfig. There we go. Hey, Jermaine, help me out. Will she have to do ipconfig/all to see the MAC address? In a minute.
Yep.
She will? Okay. All right, yeah. So Courtney, go ahead and put ipconfig and then space and then I think it's / and then all.
Then she'll look for the physical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Physical address is here.
There we go. Perfect. So we have our MAC address there. So now what we're going to do, where we're going to check to see if that's learned.
See if that's learned within the switch.
There we go. Perfect. Let's go ahead and pull that back up.
And that command was, I need to write this down too. I forgot the command to run to check for the other one that we had.
Yeah, all good. So it's so we're checking the MAC address table. So it's show, and then MAC, and then space, and then address, and then tab it out. Perfect. So what are we looking for?
And I'm just writing this down.
Take your time.
Okay, we see our physical address is here, the 5101. And it's going to be here.
Perfect. Okay, so it's being learned. Perfect. Okay, so we confirm layer 2 is fine. All right. So now
Yeah, we have to
I'm
go
gonna
back
go
to
ahead.
layer 1.
Okay, perfect. So what are you gonna check now?
So I'm going to go ahead and check the MAC address for the,
Nope. Go back.
okay.
Hold on. You're on the right path. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Because let's think about this, right? Let me pull this back up for you. Hold on. Let's think about the OSI model, right? Hold on. Where is it? Little graphic. All right. Let's think about this as engineers, right?
Okay.
So, right? So Courtney, she went ahead, right? Courtney, the engineer, she went ahead and looked at her MAC address of her Windows server, right? The goal was we wanted to figure out and see if the switch was learning the MAC address, right? So if we confirm that the switch learned the MAC address of the Windows server, Do we have to check layer 1?
Say that one more time.
I got you. So if we confirm that the switch learned the MAC address of the Windows server, do we have to check to see if layer 1 is up and running?
No, because it already has, it's already confirmed the MAC address.
Exactamundo. Damn it, Jermaine, she's getting it. Okay, let's keep rolling. Okay. All right. So that being said, now that you confirmed layer 2 all over the place, okay? Now we're going to confirm to see why the Windows server can't communicate with the Linux PC. Or could it? How are you going to confirm that?
You said as far as confirming the Linux.
The Linux PC should be down at the bottom. You see that green icon with the eye on it? There you go. You just hover over, pull it back up. There you go.
Cool. Sorry, I'm getting a couple calls coming in. On the phone a
No, no
bit.
big.
David or Jermaine, can you help me out?
Oh yeah, we got you. Okay, so let's think about this. So now Courtney went ahead and confirmed layer 2, right? So now we're going to go ahead and confirm layer 3, right? Now we get to play around with MAC addresses, not with MAC addresses, with IP addresses. Okay, so we have the IP address of the Linux PC, right? And we have the IP address. Let's put these side to side, right? We have the IP addresses for the Windows server, okay? So now, to go ahead and test that connectivity at layer 3, we're gonna go ahead and do a ping between the both of them to see if they can communicate with each other. But we're gonna take it step by step, right? We're gonna go ahead and first, right? We're gonna go ahead and ping the gateway of that, of each host, right? Or each PC in a sense, because the server is a PC at the end of the day, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and there it is. So Courtney, here's what I want you to do. I want you to ping from the Linux PC 10.10.50.1. See if that works. Boom.
And is able to connect with it.
Okay. So we confirm that it's able to reach its gateway. So we're good there. So awesome. Now, Court, what I want you to do is do the same thing for the Windows server, except that gateway is what it tells you. The default gateway is 10.10.10.1. Okay. Nope, we're gonna do it from the Windows server. Sorry, Court, I should have been clear.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so layer 3 to its gateway, or the end of its broadcast domain is working. Okay, so Courtney's good there. So next, right? So what we're gonna do the last test. We're gonna see if we can actually ping each other. Okay, so let's think about the Linux PC being your PC at work, right? And we're going to see if we can reach the server. So from your PC, right, the Linux PC, we're going to go ahead and ping the Windows server. So let's go back to the Linux PC.
The Windows server is.
Jermaine, do we have connectivity?
Yep.
I'm seeing reply.
Seeing replies too. It looks like Courtney got the PC up and running.
Looks good, man.
So layer 3 looks fine.
Yeah.
Or good stuff. So now we confirm layer 3, right? But that's not the end of the OSI model, right?
No.
Not the end of the OSI model. So here's what I want you to do. Take a quick break, 2 minutes. I know this was a lot. I'm gonna mess up this lab a little bit, and then we're gonna start playing with the upper layers.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Fair.
I'll see you back at 9:05. Go ahead.
Okay.